Hello, welcome to Tarot and Oracle for the Soul. This week I will be doing a flip through of the Herbcrafter's Tarot, artwork by Joanna Powell Colbert, and written by Latisha Guthrie. So this is another deck I featured in my green and Celtic inspired decks for the month of March. So it comes in this nice box. It's easy to get into with this little string. It's really nice. Sturdy, it holds up well. The magic is in the making. So you can read the back. It has a 124-page book full of herbal inspiration and ideas for crafting with the cards. So here is the book. This is by US Game Systems. So we have dedication, acknowledgement, introduction. Who is an Herbcrafter? About this deck, cards and correspondence. The major arcana, the minor arcana. It goes by aces, twos, threes, fours. So the numbers. And then we have daughters, warriors, mothers, healers. Using this deck, connect with the herbs, the craft activities, about the creators, and bibliography. So let's go look at the back. So we have using this deck, connect with the herbs. And then we have 3-card spread, 5-card spread, the 4-direction spread. It says Joanna's 4-direction spread. The year ahead spread. We have elixir / cordial. We have elixir, flower essence, honey, incense, kombucha, oil. I've never heard of this. Oxymel and palm tent. Oh, there's more. All right, that's cool. All these different ways you can work with herbs. So you can read, pause the screen and read about Joanna Powell Colbert and Latisha Guthrie, and then about the artwork. And then there's also a bibliography. Other resources. So when you, these are the major arcana. You get 1 full page. You get the herb that corresponds with the sun. So they pick St. John's wort. Cultivate happiness, vitality, and joy. And then it says crafting with the sun. So that's really fun. All right, here are the backs of the decks. The cards are really nice. They're bendy. They're, I'd say, semi-glossy. I'll do what I did with the Celtic Wisdom. I'll use the tarot at the end of the rainbow because these cards are a little big, but they're not like super big. So they're a little bit wider and a little bit longer. So about like maybe a 1/2 inch wider and 1/2 inch longer. But as you can see, they fit in my hand nicely and they're gonna shuffle really good. So I think this is really pretty. They have a grid and then there's a butterfly over here and some stones. It's really pretty. And you can see why I featured this in the green decks and Celtic. I mean, the backs are green and there's obviously green throughout all the cards. I love this Empress card with the honeycomb, and you have, it looks like rose petals, and you've got chili peppers here and little cherry tomatoes. These look like cranberries with the shell. Like, it's so pretty. So I purchased this deck to use for myself to help me learn about herbs. I love working with herbs. Back in my mid-20s, I really wanted to become an herbologist. I really wanted to study herbs and grow herbs. And there was a school, I think it was in Vermont or New Hampshire, that I really wanted to go to, but that didn't happen. I love this death card, the marigold with the monarch butterflies and the sugar skull and the marigolds and the candles. This is gorgeous. It's interesting, we drove up to Minneapolis, and it was along the butterfly route. So we saw all these monarch butterflies. Monarchs were my grandmother's favorite butterfly. And then we went to Lubbock right around Halloween, Lubbock, Texas. And at the Buddy Holly Museum, there was an art exhibit celebrating the Day of the Dead. And it was all about the monarch's path and how many generations of monarchs it takes for them to go to Mexico, and they get there around the Day of the Dead. So monarch butterflies are associated with the spirits, with the spirit realm of your ancestors coming back to visit. And I thought it was really cool. I didn't know that. I just know that I made myself a paper mache chrysalis and paper mache monarch butterfly wings one year. I think it was like 6 or 7, and then painted it to look like a chrysalis and the wings. And that was my favorite Halloween costume because it was handmade, and my grandmother helped me make it. I love this. I love that there's monarchs throughout. My grandmother was very special to me. She was an artist, a sewer, a chef. She wrote her own cookbook. She did comics. Like, she was just a phenomenal, amazing woman. She was a teacher. She went back at the age of 50 to get her master's degree in education. She passed away about 6 years ago, and I miss her every day. You know, we all have that, like, one person that just gets us. That was my grandmother. This 9 of water with the peach tree is gorgeous. So is this red clover. Daughter, warrior, mother, and healer. I like that they picked healer, but I was just expecting them to put grandmother. Now we are moving to fire. We have literal fire in the ginger. So we have the ginger here, and then a fire. I love potions and brews. That's so cute. And then this healer doing ceremony. So even though these cards are a little bit larger than traditional tarot, I guess that's the cardinal cards, they still shuffle really easily, really well. The semi-glossy is really nice. They're not too flimsy, not too cardboardy. I think these cards will hold up and last a really long time. So we have Ace of Water, Plantain. I don't really like it when books are set up like this. So after the major arcana, we have about the suits. So fire, water, earth, and we don't have air. Let's see. They don't have air. Is it on this page? Okay, so air. So they list air first. And they do the correspondence, how I associate them. Air with swords, fire with wands, water is obviously with cups, and earth with pentacles. And then they talk about why they went with daughters, warriors, mothers, and healers. So they list all the aces together. So we have Ace of Air, Ace of Fire, Ace of Water, Ace of Earth, and then we have the twos and then the threes. All right, so we pulled the Ace of Water. Follow your heart, trust your instincts and intuition. Your capacity for love is limitless. It is the height of summer. A gently flowing river is lined with lush vegetation. At the edge of a bank, a healthy plantain plant spreads its strong green leaves along the ground in all directions. The tiny white flower petals form the shape of a halo around each stalk. Bees are drinking water from the riverbed. The air is cool with a breeze from the glacier above. New experiences can cause a wellspring of feelings. Open your heart to spiritual guidance. Take a fresh look at an ancient calling of soul. Plantain is a prolific yet powerful medicine that is easily missed. To embody the love you desire, you may need to see it in a new light. Mixed with a bit of water, this unassuming weed gently heals wounds from bites and stings. A simple, compassionate approach to a surge of emotions can have the most meaning. Small stings form a rib-like structure within the leaves. Small strings form a rib-like structure within the leaves that give it strength. Nourish your emotions and trust your feelings. The threads of joy point the way to wisdom. Crafting with the Ace of Water. Seek out the plantain in nature. Let it lead your walk. Look for auguries and signs on your journey. Make plantain ice cubes to have on hand for healing wounds that sting. Shape plantain flower stems into hearts and leaves and leave them as gratitude offerings. Oh, I love that. So that is a quick walkthrough of the Herbcrafter's Tarot, written by Latisha Guthrie and artwork by Joanna Powell Colbert. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.